This is another episode of Chronicles of a Mobile Notary. This is Gail Gentry of GailGNSA.com coming to you to give you some tips on what is it that you need to have to be a proper mobile notary appointment. If you're looking to do signing services or signing loan signing documents and you're a notary already, or you're looking to do the training to become a notary and hence become a notary signing agent, and you're looking to do mobile notary services, you need to be prepared when you go out on a notary appointment. Oftentimes you have to wing it, think on your feet fast, because particularly if you're doing after hour notarizations, or if the folks that sent you out, you may not be able to contact them. So here are 5 tips for a perfect mobile notary appointment for loan signings, or any kind of, not only loan signings, but document signings, what they call a signing agent. So tip number 1, make sure your documents are complete. So when you receive the order and you receive the documents via email, go ahead and download those documents and print them to the right source, PDF source, whether it's a 8.5 by 11 or 8.5 by 14. Make sure that you set your printer properly so you can get a complete set of documents. And then once you get those printed, check them over to make sure that they are the complete set. And you can check the documents against the actual documents on the screen, the printed documents against the documents on the screen, to make sure you have all of them. You want to go out with a complete set. Perfect appointment number 2 is have valid ID. Make sure your signers have valid ID. Here in the state of California, valid ID is driver's license, state ID, passport, U.S. or foreign passport, military ID. You want to have the proper ID, and proper ID has their full name. So if they're signing as John Smith Doe, you want their ID to say John Smith Doe. If it's John S. Doe and their ID says John Smith Doe, that's totally fine. But you want to have more information rather than less. So if it's just John Doe and then it says John Smith Doe on the document for them to sign and for you to notarize, you want to make sure you have credible, satisfactory evidence to make sure that John Smith Doe and John Doe are one and the same person, and you are sitting in front of the right person before they're signed. So make sure you have the right ID. Know what type of notarization you're going to do. Are you going to do an acknowledgment, or are you going to do a jurat? If it's not clear, then you need to contact the person that assigned you the appointment. Hey, which notarial certificate do you want me to use? Do you want me to use the acknowledgement, or do you want me to use the jurat? If they don't know, ask the signer who's in front of you. Which one are you to sign? Most times the forms already come with pre-printed acknowledgement or jurat forms, or they'll have, verbiage. If it's out of state, it'll have verbiage that'll let you know which one to attach, whether it be the jurat or whether it be the acknowledgement. But if you're not sure, contact the person that gave you the order to make sure you're using the proper form. And then make sure what's the fee to be paid. Make sure that the fee has been negotiated, so you don't think you're getting a $125 fee and come to find out the assignment is only for $50 as an example. So you want to make sure that you have the fee correct, and that is what you agreed to do. So those are my 5 tips. Just a summary. Tip number 1, make sure you have a complete set of documents. Tip number 2, make sure that the ID is is valid and in force. And with signings, you need an active or unexpired ID, because you need to fill out the Patriot Act form, and that does require you to have an in-force unexpired ID. That's tip number 2, have ID. Tip number 3, make sure that the ID matches the signature line on the documents that you're going to have signed. Tip number 4, know what type of notarization you're going to do. Is it a jurat? Is it an acknowledgement? You need to know that. Tip number 5, what's the fee that you're to be paid? Verify that fee. So those are my top tips. If you are interested to know any my 4 more additional tips, please feel free to reach out to me at www.gailg nsa.com. I'll be happy to shoot you over the PDF with those tips in there so you can be ready for your perfect mobile notary assignment. If you're interested in a mock signing, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to set up a mock signing if you're new to signing documents, whether it be loan, trust certifications, asset recovery, surplus funds, etc. Reach out to me. Be more than happy to set up a mock signing with me. All you got to do is click the button down there on this video, and you'll see where it says contact me, set an appointment. You can do that right there. And if you just have questions, you can feel free to reach out to me at www.gailgnsa.com. And it has a button there that says contact me, and we can set up some time to have a quick chit chat to help you have a perfect mobile notary assignment. You have a great day.